There is absolutely no doubt that love brings out the best in all of us. Love makes us poets. Kenyans have been treated to a love story in recent times without equal. The story of Dennis Itumbi and Jacque Maribe. The whole world loves a story, but they love a love story even more. Now, for anybody who doubted that the Itumbi Maribe story is a love story, indeed one without equal, then the message which Dennis Itumbi penned shortly before the bail hearing on Wednesday must have cast out all doubts. This is what Itumbi said. Situations come and go, but our friendship will outlast fake headlines, rumors, false accusations, social media updates, the blog frenzy, and even the unfair comments thereafter. And there's more. And this is what he says. But here's my hand. No matter what happens, I know I'll be there to whisper my reservations. I know I'll be there to cheer you up. I know I'll be there to watch you dance to victory. Now. Show me a woman who would not be touched to the depths of her soul by such a message. And I will tell you, she's not human and she's not woman. I mean, which normal, breathing, human female would not be completely swept away by such poetry? Now, many times, words can be cheap, extremely cheap. However, in this particular case, these words are backed up by action that has spoken volumes. Bwana Itumbi was there for Maribe right from the word go. When the body of the late Monica Kimani was discovered, and shortly thereafter, Maribe's fiancé Joy Irungu was arrested, and then Maribe disappeared, it was Dennis Itumbi who spoke first on behalf of Maribe. You will remember he said, I've spoken to Jackie, she will tell her story to the police, etc., etc. You remember that message? And from that point onwards, whenever Jacque Maribe has made a public appearance, Dennis Itumbi has been there, like clockwork, without fail. In a world polluted by fake friends, who would not love, desire such a faithful, close, reliable, unfailing friend? Now it is extremely interesting how things change. Vindu vichenjanga, vindu vibadlikanga. Because in the run-up to the elections last year, the stormy general elections last year, Itumbi was an enemy to many. The Jubilee digital warrior was loathed by very many women, many of who did not lose a single opportunity to describe some of Itumbi's physical attributes in a very negative way. But these same women now greatly admire Bwana Itumbi, and everybody wishes they would have such a friend. In doing something straight out of his heart, Itumbi has swept the women of Kenya completely off their feet. That is really the reality. Many of them must be saying, give me such a friend in my corner and I can handle anything. Throw anything at me, bring it on. With such a friend in my corner, I'll be able to handle it, no problem. But to those who think about relationships a little deeper, it has brought out a lesson and a reality that can never be ignored. Of course, many of us try to sweep it under the carpet. Many of us ignore it. Many of us are sometimes in denial. It doesn't exist. It is not really like that. And that harsh reality is that in every relationship, there'll always be one person in that relationship who loves more than the other. Yes, it is true that somebody can throw so much love in your direction that you'll have no option but to love them back. But in loving them back, you will never, ever reach their height of intensity. In 2015, for those who don't know, but I believe many of you already know, Dennis Itumbi stormed a live Citizen TV show. In fact, I just want to make sure you have not missed what I'm driving at. He stormed a live TV show. You know what that means? You know, TV shows are very carefully scripted, especially live ones. You don't want any interruptions, any unexpected things to happen. Because there is no way you can edit out something later. There's no way you can do that. So Dennis Itumbi stormed this live TV show on Citizen. Actually, it was news in the afternoon, I believe 1 o'clock news. And why was he doing this? To surprise Jacque Maribe on her birthday with a cake. Jacque Maribe wept. Now, one would have thought that after such a public display of affection, this was a game shot. Game shot, wedding manenos, final. But it didn't work out like that. These two individuals went their different directions. Rose safi and wished each other all the best. But for Dennis Itumbi, obviously, nobody would ever replace that place in his heart that had been taken by Jacque Maribe. In sharp contrast, Jacque Maribe's heart landed somewhere else. And we all know where that was. Actually, correction, where that is. Because we've discussed that before in this channel. Where a woman's heart lands. Taking it out of there, kazi ngumu sana. And don't get me wrong, it's not Jackie's fault. That's just being human. In case you never knew, you never choose where Cupid's arrow will land. Folks, you can never in 100 years direct Cupid. Like if it's heading in a certain direction, you say, no. This side a bit. Not that one, this one. You can't do that. The heart just loves, and it loves, and that's it. And many times, you'll feel very guilty and very sad that your heart has gone in the opposite direction. Opposite from the person who really cares about you. And there is absolutely nothing you can do about it. Ask me. I know. I've been on both ends. And I believe most of us who have lived long enough have been there. You have been at one time a Dennis Itumbi, and at another time, you have been a Jacque Maribe. It is life. Nobody can change that. That's the way we are wired as human beings. Sadly, it's a harsh reality that can make us look bad sometimes, because it is very normal to lean on that person who cares about you so much when you're in trouble. What else do you do when you need them so badly? But then the crisis will pass. Everything comes to pass. And when that happens, your heart will fly back to where it belongs. You may feel terrible about it. You may feel very guilty about it. But these heart manenos, how do you control them? What do you do? Of course, you can force your brain to hold your heart hostage, and to force you where your heart is not. But that could be extremely dangerous, because you're going to be miserable. And humans are wired in such a way that you might start hitting back at that person. That person who you've been forced to stick with. Because your brain captured your heart and forced you to stick. And so you'll not really make them happy. You'll just make them miserable. And what will happen? You'll end up as one miserable couple. Now, I'm very much aware that there are many of you out there listening to this, and you're saying, now, isn't that the story of my life? And there are much fewer of you out there who are saying, I escaped that trap. I did bad. I felt guilty, but I'm happy. Hii maisha, very complicated, extremely complicated. What kind of video have I done here? I have become a poet. Gosh, what happened? Anyway, this saga of Jacque Maribe and Itumbi, Mexican soap candle, because I know very many people who cannot wait for the next episode to see what happens next. Well, this is a specially dedicated video to all those of us, me included, and I know we are many, who have loved with all our hearts and our everything, and our love has never been returned in the same measure. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.